Okay, so while I'm driving, God is giving me just so many messages about this. What are we supposed to be getting from the damage from the storm? There's a message He's sending to us, to His people. And, to me, the message is so many things have come to me through this storm. But, it started with, in the small communities, I'm in Gulf County, I'm in Weewah, Hitchcock, I'm in St. Joe, places like that, and you can see the destruction, but it wasn't quite as severe. And it's like I started getting this message, everything is still usable, even the things that appear to us are completely destroyed. There's something in it that can be reused, even if it's, a board from a house. All that was left was that one board. Well, can that house be restored? No, but can you use that board to add into another house or into another object? Sometimes it's, you take that item and you might not have a house from it anymore, but you can build something new out of that item that came from that house that was destroyed. We're talking about applying this to our life, to people, to situations and circumstances. So we want to think about how you can utilize a person that may seem destroyed, that may seem like there's nothing left that they're not usable, they're unworthy, or they're just not even functional anymore. Well, just like that one board left in that house that seemed to be gone and destroyed, there's something in that person that's usable. It's all about someone that's looking for that board, it's looking for that piece in that person. Even if it's just one little piece, there's something in them that's usable. Even if, it's not for what you think it is, find something that you can build with them, with that piece in them, and nurture that one piece. Just like that board you pick up, and it comes to life, and you think, oh, I could build a flower pot or a planter. I could make a sign with it. I mean, there's so many things that you could do with that one item to give it a purpose. It's not just completely gone. The whole house isn't gone. And then I come to Panama City, and it's like Bay County it's overwhelming, the destruction. And I'm riding through, and I'm thinking, what is God telling me here? What is God trying to tell me about this situation, destruction? It's on a different level. We're talking about catastrophic mass destruction. We're talking about people's homes wiped out. And then I get to looking, and I see all these homes that are wiped out, but I see so many homes that the only thing that's really damaged is the roof. It's the top of the house. And what do? I notice all these blue tarps. I notice that these roofs are covered with these blue tarps. And I noticed that the homes and the buildings that are completely wiped out, well, what's still standing? What's not been taken away? It's that foundation. It's the foundation that, just like us, the enemy can come and he can wipe our whole entire house and make it look like it is. Someone like me that struggled with mental illness for years, and depression, and thoughts of suicide even, and self-worth and image, just so many complexes that were implicated on me, from others and circumstances. And yet there was something that kept me. And what was it? Well, I had a foundation with Jesus Christ early on in my life. And though I've been through major, just so many turmoil, situations full of turmoil. And so many chaotic moments and ups and downs, and got so far off, and people looked at me and said, you know, that person is unworthy. She's just not even a functional member of society. Throw her away. You know, I was that house that was destroyed, but my foundation was still there. I didn't know it. Now don't let me fool you. I didn't know it, but my foundation was still there, and the reason that I can say that now is because I'm still here talking to you. And if it weren't there and that foundation hadn't have been laid and planted, then there would be no more me, like so many others. Which is why I'm a firm believer that early on you need to plant that seed of Jesus Christ, of God and His love into your children or into others as soon as you can. If they didn't get it as a child, plant it in them as an adult. Once that foundation is laid, it's not going anywhere. You got to do a lot of work to tear a foundation up. I don't care what kind of storm it is. So, and if you think about that, that's in any area, tornadoes, and even, just so many ways that, everything that appears to our eyes wiped out, but yet that foundation is still laying there. So then back to the roofs and the blue tarps, and what I got from that, it was like, well, we always talk about the foundation, but what about when the foundation is built and the house is built and the house is still standing? Well, you've got to guard yourself from top to bottom. It's not just the foundation, it's the roof. It's the entire being. Once you get that foundation built, once you get that, house built, at the top, you've got to keep it covered. You've got to keep yourself covered. How do we do that? Well, by maintaining our relationship with God. If our foundation is laid and our house is built and it's strong and it stands, well, we still have to stay covered every single day. We have to keep some type of roof over us to guard us and protect us. Well, how do we do that? We talk to God every day. We talk about God to people every day. We surround ourselves with God every day. That's by the word, by the music we listen to, by the things we're allowing to enter into our brains and come out of our mouths. And the people that we surround ourselves with is so important. And it's not saying separate yourself from the people that aren't Christians per se. It's limit yourself, and when you're around them, be a witness to them. Don't partake with them. Don't sit down at the dinner table, and cut the steak that they stole from the store knowing you was with them when they did it, that kind of thing. Don't do that. But be a witness of, this is what God did for me. This is what God has done for me. Look at me. And then it's just in every action, every step, every day. That's how you keep that tarp on you, even if your roof is kind of been damaged a little bit. Your house is still standing, but you've still got a little bit of damage up there. Your brain, your head, that's your roof. Well, if you keep it covered, it might not be with shingles or your fancy shiny metal roofs or whatever, but even a tarp, it'll make do. It's something. Keep it covered. So that's my message that I've gotten so far for today.